FPV pilots. Smooth Virus, Calcine Virus, here with you from the FRZ, the Flight Restricted Zone, Washington, D.C., USA. Back again with the weekly FPV UAS news update. So, since it's Christmas Eve tonight and I have some traveling to do, I'm going to try and make this quick and just roll right through. We do have some interesting news stories and some interesting products to cover tonight. So let's get right to it. First item in the news tonight from SUAS News. December 20th, 2016. Trump UAS transition team meet FAA. Let's see. A little birdie tells us, well, aviation attorney Loretta Alake tells us that the president-elect has a UAS transition team. Comes as a bit of a surprise that drones are top of mind. They met with the FAA today. We don't know who is on this team, and that is a little worrying. And that's about all they have. I think they have a video up. So they have their own news video up, and I'll put a link to that so you can watch it. Yeah, that's somewhat concerning. I hope that the Academy of Model Aeronautics has a space on that team, but I seriously doubt it. To me, that sounds like neutral for the commercial guys with their Part 107. It's neither good nor bad. It might be good. It doesn't sound good for hobbyists. But we don't know. So, put a link to this. Check it out. We don't know a whole lot at this point. Next story from The Guardian. In the UK, drone users face safety test under new UK regulations. Ministers propose measures to prevent potential collisions with passenger jets and increase in fines for violating no-fly zones. Anyone who buys a drone in the United Kingdom may have to register it and take a safety test under new measures to prevent potential collisions with passenger jets. Measures proposed by ministers include criminal liability for anyone who flies a drone in no-fly zones surrounding airports and prisons, and an increase in fines which currently cannot exceed £2,500. Ministers also want to make drones electronically identifiable on the ground in order to make it easier for police to track devices to their owners. The government wants the drone industry, estimated to be worth $102 billion by 2025, to grow safely and with public consent. Quite frankly, this is the same kind of crap that we have to put up here on this side of the Atlantic. I don't know how making the drones electronically identifiable on the ground, that's not going to bode too well for the DIY people. So, yeah, sounds like they're kind of going the same way that the FAA has gone in the United States, and maybe even taking it a little further. And our final story for this evening from the Reno Gazette-Journal, December 21st, 2016. Reno marks another first in the commercial drone business after Flirty. Now, Flirty is a local commercial drone outfit in Reno. Flirty announced the successful delivery of 77 packages in the biggest little city. Flirty announced the milestone Tuesday, which was done from one 7-Eleven store in Reno during the month of November. The drone deliveries followed the first ever customer order, which was also done in Reno in July, as well as the first Domino's pizza delivery in New Zealand in August. It comes after a recent test by NASA and the University of Nevada, Reno in October for managing drone traffic in a commercial space. Nevada is one of the few drone test sites designated by the FAA. Mike Joyner of Reno says he used the service multiple times, ordering anything from pizza to Slurpees. So this is kind of cool. That's good news. Sounds like it's at least, the very least, a suburban area. So if they're doing drone deliveries in an area like that, and we're now doing it in the United States, that's good news for the commercial side. Progress is being made. So moving on to new products. Got a message about this quadcopter that Genstattu is coming out with. Now, I usually associate Genstattu with high-quality LiPo batteries, But it looks like they're getting into the drone business with, this is a pocket selfie drone, so kind of similar to like the DJI Mavic, maybe the GoPro Karma, although this is much smaller. You can fold it up and put it in your pocket, so that's pretty cool. It is cool looking. I watched the video for it. Looks like it's got a bunch of different modes and things you can do with it. It's got a 4K camera. You can do panoramic shots. Comes with an app for your smartphone. I can't tell if that's an Android or it looks like an Android phone. Video editing and sharing on your phone. It has a little pea shooter attachment so you can shoot little balls, BBs. It's in the video. The expression board, a unique way to show how much you love her. Okay. I guess that might be fun on a date. Pre-programmed routes, that's pretty cool. And a searchlight for flying at night and sending SOS signals. Yeah, I just have to have a pocket drone to alert the Coast Guard when my fishing boat is sinking. Course lock and home lock. Okay, the DJI stuff has that, but not at this price point. And return to home, outdoor positioning and indoor positioning. That's something they've got on the Mavic, and a follow me mode. So, you know, if you were thinking about something like the Mavic, but you just can't afford it, this is coming in at a fraction of the price. Right now, Christmas Eve, it's on sale for $400 US with free shipping to the United States. So that's not a bad deal. They've actually asked for people to do reviews on this, and I did apply for it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we will have one here to test out at Rogue Squadron, and if that happens, you will certainly be seeing that video on this channel. Cool. So, yeah, let's hope that happens. All right, the other new products that we're looking at this week. There are 3 new planes coming from Ready Made RC over in Ohio under their Strix brand. I don't know a lot about Strix yet. I think, well, Ready Made RC owns it, and looks like they're coming out with these new planes under that brand. So the first one that we've heard about is called the Strix Alatus. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Looks like a small racing wing. They did have it like a little preview at their fly-in back in August. I think it was in Ohio. I tried to attend that, but I got sick and I couldn't go. But they do have some photos up. This is what it looks like right here. You know, that is a similar size to the C1 Chaser I'm building, so looks neat. The center part here is actually a blown fuselage, so it's not foam. The wings are foam, but that's pretty neat looking. The next plane that Ready Made RC is coming out with is called the StratoSurfer. Once again, it's got a blown fuselage. Looks kind of similar to what you get in like a Bixler, but well, yeah, it's a blown fuselage, so that's kind of cool. Looks like they've got a 1.3 gigahertz blue beam antenna on there and the UHF receiver. So this plane is rigged up for long range. It's got flaps, which is cool. Yeah, that looks pretty neat. I don't know if it's something that I'd be really interested in because I've got other planes already, but yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Okay, third plane. I can't discuss it. I have seen what it looks like. I know the name. I cannot release any of that information at this time. This is all I can give you. I will say this. This plane I really like. This one I might get. I can't say anything else about it other than it looks really cool. But we will have more information on this for our viewers in the near future, so keep an eye on this channel and we'll let you know. But it's badass. Badass. On to what I'm doing in RC right now. To be frank, not much. As you can see, it's still a giant mess in here. I still haven't unpacked all my stuff from the move, so I haven't been able to go flying. That's probably because we've had a lot of bad weather because it's winter, and also it's hard to get the time right now. I still have a lot of work to do here. I have done a little bit of work on the mini Talon. I haven't done as much work on the C1 Chaser. One thing that's going on is there's some 3D printed parts that I definitely want to put in the C1 Chaser and probably want to put in the mini Talon, though not necessarily. I might be able to make it myself just out of some plywood, but I don't have a 3D printer. So there are a lot of sales on 3D printers going on right now. I don't think I'm going to get one. I sort of need one, but I'm just going to have to see if I can get someone to print some parts. I don't need a whole lot of parts, maybe 3, 4. I need a different motor mount for the C1 Chaser because the stock one's pretty weak, and there's a tray for the C1 Chaser that I'm going to need to mount my Vector on. Oh, that's another thing. I very nearly ordered the mini Vector. It's the micro Vector. It's the micro Vector for the C1 Chaser last night. But I do know that the full-size Vector fits in that plane. Now, the whole point of getting the micro Vector is to save weight. But I compared the weight of the micro Vector to the full-size Vector, and it's not a huge difference. The big difference is in size. But we know that there's room to put a full-size Vector in there. So I may just put a full-size Vector in my C1 Chaser. In fact, I'm about 90% of the way there to doing that. So, yeah. C1 Chaser build continues. Mini Talon build continues. I haven't even had time to start on the big glider, the Hobby King Ether. But I did get a Vector that I'm going to put in the Ether, so that's here. The motor for the Ether is here. I still need to get servos, ESC. I need to get pan and tilt from Finwing, the mini pan and tilt, and camera and video transmitter and all that other fun stuff. Oh, I almost forgot. I did get a Wing Z84, aka the Z84, to my friends across the pond. I think I'm just going to set that one up with 2.4 for control and 5.8 gigahertz video. I already have all that stuff here. The only thing I'm going to need to get for that is going to be like a motor and an ESC. So we'll put that in the assembly line, and we'll have a Wing Z84 to fly around here at least by the spring. So that's about all that's going on here. To all of you guys out there, thanks for watching, and we hope you have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, or whatever religious holiday you wish to celebrate. But Merry Christmas, everybody, and have a good night. We'll see you next week.